Hello, and welcome to Cooking with Unity. I'm your host, Max Moreau, and this is my tech, Philip Wilson.
That's me.
And
Hello,
good to see everyone today. All right, so this week we're doing Singletons. I've threatened to do them multiple times in the past, and now we're actually going to do them. You're going to find out what the hell I was talking about whenever I was like, I should use a singleton for this, but I'm not going to. So now we can start using them after this episode, or so I hope. So, first off, what a singleton is. How to explain this? So, usually it's described in the terms of globals. The problem is in Unity there's no really concept of a global, so that won't make a whole lot of sense to people who have just been using Unity anyway. But basically, the concept of a singleton is so that you can get at an object, a useful object, the instance of it easily. And a singleton can only have one instance. There can only be one type of that object. So you know when we create a script and we attach it to an object, what's actually happening is that script is a class. And that class represents what that class of objects can do. And when you attach a script to an object, it basically becomes part of that class. And that script is actually an instantiation of that class. But it's not the class itself. It's just an object that's created from the class. This is like that, except I'm already confusing people, I think. This is like that, except for there's only one instance, and that instance can be accessible from the class. So what I'm going to create here is a scenario which singleton is useful, so you can actually see why we're doing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a really, really, really simple game that has multiple levels, and we're going to create a singleton for managing our music, and I'm going to show you how to set that up and why you want to set it up that way. And we're going to do it without singletons first, so that you can see kind of the difference and what's useful about it. So we're going to create. So we need a puzzle game. So I'm just going to bring in the carriage controller package. Import that, because this will allow us to get a little character running around, and then we can just get a little exit code going on. Our levels are going to be really, really lame, so. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a plane. There's a plane, there we go. 0. I guess 0 is fine, probably. 0. And we're going to go into our standard assets, character controllers, first-person controller. We're going to drag that in. And put it at 0, 0, and 1.1 should be fine. So if we hit play right now, we should already have the ability to kind of move around. Alright. Yeah, we do. Alright. I'm going to throw a light in there just so that it looks a little bit less shitty. Less bad, I mean. Directional light, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so that we can put some stuff somewhere else and actually have a place to go to. Actually, I guess the Y doesn't really need to be 100 considering it's very thin. I should probably put a texture in there, but yeah, why not? Do I have something in here already? No. Okay, well, it's not getting a texture then. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to create a goal of some kind. I'm just going to create a cube. I'm going to do the trouble of actually creating a material for it so that it stands out a little bit more than white. I like red, even though red usually means stop, so you don't really want that for a goal object, but I just want it to stand out at this point. And I'm going to rename cube to goal. So I just realized the trick with this is I need to I'm going to need music for this. Proton Pulse. I'll use Proton Pulse music. I'm sure Justin will give me permission at some point to actually put this music on the show. So we'll use music from our game. So here's our goal object. Let's create a C# script called load level on collide. Actually, no, I don't like that. We're going to do load level on trigger. And I'm going to wait for MonoDevelop to finish doing its thing. Alright, so load level on collide, super simple script. We're just going to do on trigger. Void on trigger enter. And it won't matter what, we're just going to load, application dot load level and string name. We're going to call this level name. And then we're going to very quickly make this variable public. Can you hear me okay in there? Yeah, I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Evidently I'm talking softer today than usual. Public, there I go. Public string level name. So, I did not mean to close that. Okay, whatever. So we're going to attach this to our goal. We're going to give our goal a isTrigger box collider, and we're going to set the level name. So let's save this level file, save scene. We're going to call it level 1. And so let's see if this actually works. I'm going to have it load level 1, so it should just reset us every time that it touches. So level 1. This may not work because I haven't added it to the build settings yet, but we'll see. Oh, I did not mean that to go to full screen, but whatever. Yeah, I'm actually going to take that out of full screen because I think it broadcasts better without. Because it has less screen updating. So I go over here, I touch this thing, and yeah, it reset. So it totally worked. So now we have a very, very, very stupid simple case. So let's say we wanted to have some music. So we can do this really simply. We can just create a empty game object, which is not in that create menu, the one that I always go for. And I'm just going to put it 000. You can put it anywhere. It doesn't really matter in this case. We're going to call this music player. And so I need music. So I'm going to be browsing through my hard drive real quick here. Applications. No. Documents. Somewhere in here. Oh yeah. Assets. Music. Is it music? BGM. There we go. And I'm going to bring in menu and score. Actually, no. We'll go for whatever. It doesn't matter what. Oh, no. I didn't silence my phone. Hey, it's Justin. Hello, Justin. You're on the air. I'm Vanu Sovereignty. I don't know which server I'm on, though. I think I'm on West 2. Can I use your music for an episode of Cooking with Unity? Wait, can I use your music? Okay, cool. Okay, he said yes. Alright, thank you. Alright, that was Justin. So...
Music is okay.
And I am officially setting my phone to do not disturb. Alright, there we go. That goes over there. Sorry for that interruption, but at least I now have official okay to use the music. So,
Kismet.
yeah, let's go with. They're all in WAV format. This is going to be a pain to send. All right, I'm going to switch these to MP3 at some point, but I'm just going to use them as is for the video here. So when I put up my project, it's going to be MP3s. Well, maybe it won't, because WAV compresses nicely, so whatever. I'm just dragging them in. Alright, so I've got my two music files. I'm going to get rid of this second main camera that we don't need, so it stops complaining about two audio listeners. And so music player, we can just throw this on here, and we can just do loop, and it should start playing music. It's going to be in 3D, which is not good. And then as I get away, it goes away. That reminds me of a Halo match I played with someone at one point, where they were listening to music over their headset, and they were on the opposite team. Yeah, so you would just hear unch, 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 and then I'd kill them. And they thought they were being sneaky. Alright, awesome. So, what do I want? I need to make this... We're going to make both of these 2D sounds. Well, multi-object editing not supported. Well, good to know. Apply... and apply. 2D sounds will automatically play at full volume, as if they are a normal stereo sound. So if I hit play, it should just start playing. Alright, so it's working. So it plays the music. That was easy as heck to set up. But if I go to this cube and load the next level, it resets. And maybe you don't want that. Maybe you want to continue playing the same music on the next level as opposed to resetting every time that you hit this cube. It resets. So one of the ways you can fix that is very simple. You can create a script. We're going to call this don't destroy on load. And, there's my window. It came over there. It's like it always does. I don't know why it likes that monitor so much better than the one that I broadcast on, but it does. Thank you, Mono Develop. Alright. So, all we have to do is, in the start here, we can do... don't... Oh, wow, it's just a global. Don't destroy on load. Well, not global, it's a class function. It's a mono behavior function. Don't destroy on load. I think that's the whole thing. Or do I have to say this game object on? Don't destroy on load. Yeah, okay, I need to actually give it the object. So, game object. So if we attach this to our music player and hit play, you'll get the unch, unch, unch. And then you go to the next level, and already we see the problem here. So it didn't get destroyed, but it created a new one. And so let's go to another level. Oh, now it's playing 3 times over. This is horrible. And 4 times over. No. Alright. So that's one of the problems with just not destroying the object. So this is the case for a singleton right here, because if we set this up right, we can make it so that it persists, but if there's one that's already in the level, it will overwrite that one. So that's the main reason of using them for a mono behavior. There's a couple other tricks you can do with them, and I'm hoping that I can go through them on this episode. I'm going to try and be as thorough as I can in an hour. So, and I know this is a little bit less game-like stuff than I usually do, so bear with me on this, but I think it'll help you guys out. So what we got here is a case for a singleton. So we're going to create a music manager. And this is going to be a little bit more complex than our just object that happens to play music that doesn't die. So what an object needs to be a singleton is it needs to, when it's instantiated, keep track of that instance. And if it's instantiated and there's already a music manager, it needs to kill itself. It's pretty simple, honestly, how you set it up, but there's a few concepts here that are slightly more complex than what we usually do. But as I said, it's just a few lines, and actually, if you just copy this down as like a little template, you won't even have to really think about how it works. But I'm going to explain how it works. So we're going to start with our instance. We're going to actually create a private instance for the internal state. Could we get away with not doing this? The way I have them set up is this way. Yeah, let's do it this way. This is the better way to do it. So, private static, because there's only one of them. Music manager. And I'm going to call it underscore instance. So this is our internal instance, and we're going to set it to null. I think that if we didn't set it to null, it would still be null, but I'm doing that explicitly anyway. And then we're going to do public. We're going to do a property here because it's short and sweet, and it'll work in this case. But this is the first time I'm showing you property, so I'm going to go over what this is. So we're going to do a public static music manager. Is it a music manager instance or? Okay, I'm going to have to look at my notes here. I knew that I wasn't going to get through here without looking at one of mine. But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with doing that. That's what I thought. Okay, so music manager capital instance. Do I want a capital or not? I don't know. We'll do capital. So this is I'm just going to copy and paste this. Whatever. I've got no shame. I told myself I was going to memorize this stuff until I had it right, but I didn't have as much time today as I thought I was going to. So, and we're not calling it music manager singleton this time. So what this is doing is we can access this public static, and it gives us the internal instance. And what this means is basically the same as having like a function called, let's see, music manager get instance. And this would just return instance. That's pretty much the exact same thing. Actually, it would be like this. That's pretty much exactly what this is, except for this is operated just like it's a variable or something. So you can just do .instance and bam, you're there. Now, you may ask why I don't just keep the instance variable itself public. This is an organizational thing, mostly due to the fact that I pulled this from other people who have been doing this. But the reason that you don't do it that way is because technically you shouldn't have public access to the instance to change it. In this case, there's no setter method for this. So if you try to set instance manually, it will fail. And that's the main reason you're doing this, is just to protect you from yourself. Or if you're working on a bigger project, it's to protect you from all the other people who are working on your project and decide to do something really stupid with your programming. So this is just to protect you from setting the instance manually. So the only thing that can set the instance is a class object of Music Manager itself. Like no other script or thing can change that. So, and that's what we're going to do in the awake here. And now we're doing awake and not start, because awake happens before start, and this is really low-level stuff as far as Unity is concerned. It's not really low-level to the veterans out there that just had their hair crawl a little bit there. I know I use that word wrong, but it's lower level than a lot of things that you do in Unity. So in the awake, we're going to set. So the first step would be to just get our instance set. So instance equals this. So what this is this object. Whatever object just called awake is this. You've seen me use game object before, and that's the object that's attached to that has the script attached. It's actually a shortcut for this .game object. Almost all of them are shortcuts for this .anything. So That's all it is. This is the reference. That's the reason it's called this. It's like, what is this? Well, it's whatever this is. Now, this isn't going to do what we want because we are just setting the instance to this. So this is only if there is not already a music manager. So, let's see. If so, let's do it where we check to see if yeah, sure. If instance equals null and oh wait, no. If instance equals null I'm going to do it the opposite way. So if instance equals null, yeah, instance equals null, or I'm going to look at my reference again. I suck. This is not equal null, and this is not okay. Yeah, all right. Just copy and paste this. Woo.
There's nothing wrong with copying and pasting. So.
No, there's not. I just feel like I should have been able to remember this. I have to change things here anyway, so. And I'm going to go through every line, and we're going to not jump ahead and add these things that are fancy pants stuff. All right, so if instance does not equal null and instance does not equal this, you destroy the game object. And actually, we can just do, honestly, just this. Else instance equals this. So, no, what? That's not our variable name. There we go. And that's not our variable name either. So what this means is, if instance does not equal null. So if instance equals null, this is the first time we've run this. It will immediately skip over here and set instance to this. And if instance does not equal this. So if the and instance do we even need that? Hold on, does this make any sense? If instance does not, oh, I see. If it does not equal null and instance does not equal this. So yeah. So if it equals null, you create a new one. If it doesn't equal null and it doesn't equal this, you destroy it. And if it does equal this, you leave it around. So if the await call happens to be called again on the object that is actually legitimate, it will not destroy it. That's what this check for it does not equal this is for. And so basically what this will do is on awake, if this is the first time that it's been instantiated, it will set instance to this and then continue as normal. Don't destroy on load, we put in there because singletons typically you don't want to destroy on load. That's the whole point of a singleton, is for it to progress over multiple to have some scope to it. So this is the basics layout for a singleton. And so now if we just use this, like we don't even have to do anything else special. If we just attach this to our music player, and we do not do play on awake. No, we do play on awake and play and loop. What do we do? Oh, we don't need the don't destroy on load because that's already in there. So just music manager on here. If we hit play, it'll start playing the music, and we touch our goal, and it keeps playing the music. It even keeps playing it while it's loading the next level, which is nice because it helps mask load time. It's good to have stuff that keeps going when you have a level loading. So this fixed our problem already. So right there is a case for the singleton. There's probably some other ways that you could have gotten things together, like you could have probably set up a helper class or something that was static, and set it up in such a way that you would get the same results. But this is pretty easy to set up, and it's pretty robust. There's a lot of things you can do with it. So let's create a second level. I'm just going to duplicate level 1, and we're going to create level 2. And how are we going to make? So we're going to save level 1. I probably should have saved level 1 before I duplicated it, because it's still. is still doing... Oh, yeah. Level... Yeah, it doesn't even have a music player yet. Delete this. So I'm going to go back to level 1. Yeah, we'll save that. We're going to create a prefab for music player. And I'm going to go into level 2 and put music player in there. And this time we're going to put a different song in there. Dragon Fun here. And we're going to hit play. And so it will play our little song here. This is different music. It's kind of annoyingly loud. Volume, please. Alright. Alright, so now that you can hear me talk, if I go to the next level, it's going to load... Oh, level -1 could not be loaded. What did I set for level? Oh. Level 1. So hit play. And we touch this object. And it still hasn't been added to the build settings. So let's go to build settings. Add current. Can I just drag level 1 in? Yeah, there we go. Alright, so if we hit play now, it should work. One more time here. This time with volume a little bit lower on this stupid song. It's not stupid, it's a good song. Thank you, Justin. Alright, so we touch this and we go to level 1. Now, here's our problem. Because we're doing this for music, we just loaded level 1, but we're not hearing level 1's music anymore. So you may run into situations where you want to transfer information between them, or have other functions to set things. So the way I had set up my music manager in... this is actually how I did it in Proton Pulse, which is the game that I'm constantly trying to get people to buy at the end of all my episodes.
Which you totally should buy.
Yeah, you should. Or at least download the free ad-supported one if you're on iOS, or soon to be on Android too. I hope that I can get that done soon. I've just been swamped. So what I have done is, in the case where I'm going to be destroying the game object, I'll send a message to the instance, actually. Not really sending a message to the instance, but I will call a method on the instance. So we're going to create a public... let's see, public static. Should we do? Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be static. So public set music, and we'll use audio clip. I'm going to be doing this from memory, and then I'm probably going to go back to... Oh yeah, this has to return something. Void. It doesn't have to return anything, but it has to know that it's not returning anything. So set music will be audio clip. So audio dot clip equals clip. We'll do audio dot stop. And we will do audio dot start play. Okay, it's stop and play. That makes sense. It's audio. Why not? So what this function will do is set the music. And so what we're going to do up here is, so in the case that we are not the proper music manager, like we're going to be destroying this object, before we destroy it, we send set music. Can I just type set music, or do I have to do... Oh yeah, instance. Yeah, instance dot set music, and we set it to audio dot clip. and then we destroy the game object. So what this will do is it will call on our instance, which is the only version that matters, set music, and it will call this little function here, and it will set whatever's in this music manager's clip and put it into the main music manager's clip. And so now the music should automatically switch. So we touch this. There we go. Music changed. And our music player still exists, and it only has one, and now it works exactly the way we want. Now, I'm going to add a little bit more logic to it real quick. I'm going to wrap this in an if statement. So, if clip does not equal audio.clip. Now, the reason we're doing this is so that if you have a music manager with the same music, it will just keep playing that music. So, to test this, we can create a new level. Let's create level 3. Just let me save this one first. Okay, so first of all, in level 2, we're going to go and set the goal to level 3. We're going to go into our build settings and throw level 3 into it so it doesn't complain about that. And level 1, I'm going to open up and make sure that's set to go to level 2. Then we're going to have level 3 go to level 1, which it already does. And so level 3 will have Dragon Fun, and level 1 will have... Actually, let's do level 2 with regular Proton Pulse. Come here. Is it loaded? I guess it's loaded. It loads so fast. So we'll put the 3D Pong in here. So if we go to level 1 and we hit play, we've got the original theme playing. And we touch the game object, and it keeps playing. And we touch this game object again. Now it plays our other music. And we touch this game object again. And we go back to our original music. So it's working exactly the way we want it. Now, this is a really easy way to set up a music manager, and now all of a sudden you've got a whole bunch of nice features. So one of the things that we fixed, I didn't really illustrate it well enough, but one of the big tricks that we fixed is we have a music player in every scene. So if you had just done a music manager that was not a singleton, like let's say you had a music manager that was not destroy and load, and it's in your first level. Let's actually set this up a little bit differently. Let's go ahead and do the. Okay, well I kind of illustrated this, but so let's say you had a music manager, not singleton based, that had functions that allow you to change the music, and you just put it in your first level. And you don't have a duplicate in all your other levels. You could have totally done it that way, and you could have just a script on another object that says change the music or set the music or whatever. And that would totally work. And you wouldn't have the overlapping music problem because you only have one music manager. It's instantiated in your first level. That's great. And in your final project, it's not going to make a difference because people are going to be going to the first level unless you have a level select. Then all of a sudden you have a problem. Additionally, from just a testing perspective, this is nice because if every level has your music manager, every level has music. If you just choose a level to test it, you have a music manager, as opposed to if you did the other way, you have to go into your level, go into level select or whatever, as opposed to just going directly to what you want to test. So this solves a lot of problems. And again, there's other ways that you could probably work around to solve this. This is a very clean way of doing it. Other things I like to do in my singletons, this is just personal preference, I usually like to name them. So if you attach this script to just some dumb game object, it automatically renames it so that you immediately know what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. I'm going to do gameObject.name equals Music Manager. And I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to actually make it called $ Music Manager. And the reason I'm doing this is because... Oh, wait, we need a semicolon. Is that it? Okay. Now, when we hit play, the Music Manager will show right on the top here. So, $'s nice just because it's a symbol, so when you do it, it automatically sets things at the front of the list. There's a few symbols that you can put things at the bottom, and you can organize things however you want, but this is an easy way to get things on the top there. So now you can see this is working still, and it has the name there. And then my prefab, I actually name what I want to name it anyway. I just do the others so that I'm not stupid, and also so I'm not lazy. So, like, if I put a bunch of... you don't want to have more than one game object. You don't want to, like, make a multi-singleton thing with a bunch of singletons on it. You just want that one script on it. So it just helps it to know that it's supposed to be completely blank. In the case of our music manager, it always should have an audio source, which means that, strictly speaking, especially since we access audio on it, we should require an audio source. So let's actually add a require component. Require component audio. No. How do you do require component? Type. No. To the internet.
Yay, internet.
Require component. Do we have any people in the chat room? No, we don't. No one's watching today. That's okay.
They're missing out on Singletons.
They are missing out on Singletons. Well, they'll see it later, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
No, I'm going to hide this one so no one can see it, just to punish my audience for not watching live, and then I will have no audience. So, no, we don't want... there it is, C-sharp example. Type of rigid body. That's annoying. Type of... Wait, is it in brackets? It's in brackets. It's a lot of brackets. Type of rigid body. No, wait, we don't want rigid body. We want audio source. Howdy so. So, this one. Is that all I need? Do I need a semicolon or anything stupid after that? No. Alright, so what this means is if we say we had a empty game object, create empty. If we attach our music manager to it, it will automatically add an audio source for us, which is nice. Additionally, if you try to remove it, it will tell you, well, wait, no. That'll work. If you try to remove the audio source, it will tell you that you can't because it needs it. So that's kind of annoying, but honestly, it's to remind you that you shouldn't be messing with this thing because it's set up that way. I haven't used require component before because it's not strictly required, and if you know how your code is organized, it's not a big... Oh! Is there someone in the... Someone's
Absolutely.
watching. Oh, wait, there's 5 people now. Wait, oh!
No, it's just me.
Wait, 6. Oh, no, there's not 5 people. There's just messages. I don't know how to use my chat client, evidently. Hello,
Epidemics.
Epidemics. Got it. Thank you, Phil.
No worries.
All right.
I'm keeping an eye out on the chat rooms.
All right, so we've got... I guess I shouldn't assume that people aren't watching because they don't necessarily have to be in the chat channel, do they?
True.
So I kind of thought that it forced you on the website, but I guess it doesn't.
No, you can learn.
Okay.
Hello,
All right.
lurkers.
So hello, lurkers. Yes. Thank you for watching. I love you guys, too. Get on the chat, though. You don't have to say anything. Just lurk in the chat. So, what are we doing? So we have a basic music player here. Let's show another thing that's cool about Singletons. So I'm going to have... How can we do this? It's the easiest way to add a game over condition to our stupid game. Alright, well, I'm going to... What am I going to do? You have a goal.
Just add a game over block.
Yeah,
Demonstrate it.
game over block is probably the most straightforward way of doing this, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But I already used red.
Yeah, you should have it be green just to mess with people.
No, I can't do it. I'm gonna create green. We're gonna make our goal green. I can't. I don't have it in me, man. I don't have it in me.
I would totally do that.
I know you would. I can't do it. No, not a new shader. We're not writing shaders today. I don't know how to write shaders. God, what is it doing now? Again, you guys can't see it. I'm getting beach ball. Alright. Delete this stupid shader that just decided to create and compile. I thought it was being so helpful. Alright. So, green. We're going to make it green. No, just diffuse. Just don't do what I click on. Just do what I want. Alright, so we're going to throw green on our goal. And I'm going to create a prefab for it so we can adjust things in the future. And we're going to create another cube. Throw it somewhere. And we're going to call this red. No. Enemy, I guess. It's an enemy that's completely static and just kills you if you happen to be stupid enough to run into the red as opposed to the green. So, and so what it's going to do is it's just going to load level 1 and reset our score. So, kill player is what we're going to call it. We got to have a score first. How can we do a score? Okay, we're just going to have we're going to have to create a score manager, which is what I'm going to have to create to show the singleton anyway. So, so let's make a score manager real quick. So, are we on level 1? Just want to make sure. Yeah, we are. Okay. So let's make a score manager. C# script score manager, and I'm just going to copy and paste some stuff from music manager into this. Where's the score manager? There we go. So we're just going to grab this part. Throw it in here. And then we're just going to change this to be a score manager. This is what you're going to be doing when you create new singletons. It's just basically do the copy pasta thing and get rid of the stuff that you don't need. We're going to call it Score Manager.
Money Score Manager.
Money Score Manager. We like money. We like money and chicks? We're like the same person. Alright. So that should be it. So we have a singleton. It doesn't do anything. So what this thing is going to have is it's going to have a public, no. Yeah, why not? Public score, no, sorry. Public float, no, int. Don't need floating point in our scores. We're traditionalists through and through on this show. Public int score equals 0. So, you'll notice this is a public int, and normally if you were to access this from outside, this is another thing, the reason I'm showing you this for singletons. Normally, if you wanted to access this from another script, you would have to have an instance of whatever you were asking. Or in a manager like this, we typically write it on this show using a static int, so that you could just do it for the global thing, and you just have one score for it. Now that we're doing real singletons, we don't need to do that anymore because we have access to an instance that we can get from anywhere. And I'll show you how we do that. So we have score 0. So I'm going to add to our load level on trigger, because I'm lazy, score manager dot instance dot score plus plus. We'll just add 1 point. And to our score manager, we're going to add an on GUI so we can see what our score is. On GUI. And we're going to be real lazy and use the GUI layout dot label score dot to string. So now, if we hit play here, oh, well, we need to attach this to something first. So we're going to create an empty game object. I go to this every time. Every time.
Yeah, I do too.
Score manager, we put it on our game object, and I'm going to actually explicitly rename it, even though it'll do that for me. Score manager, just so I can find it later. And I'm going to rename our music player, even because I didn't do that on this level, evidently. So I did that. So if we hit play, we have a 0 in the corner, and we go to the green, and we'll go to the next level, and now we have a 1. Excellent. So, on this level I forgot is red is good. Okay, so it works. Our score manager totally works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these 2 levels and then duplicate them so that we can confuse ourselves as much as possible. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep this as is. I'm going to create a prefab for score manager here. And so if we hit play, what will happen here is, okay, so we need our enemies to do something. So they kill the player. So if we just load level 1, that's effectively the equivalent of a game over, right? So we're just going to, on kill player, void on trigger enter. And we're going to just application.load level. Actually, we'll do load level. Oh, okay. I guess it's just load level. Okay, we can do string or index, so we'll just do load level 0. So this is equivalent to loading the first level of whatever it is. So if this is working right, it should just might help to actually set this to be a trigger. Enemy is trigger. There we go. So if we hit this, it should just reload level 1 here, which it did not, because we don't have a script attached to it. Kill player. All right. Third time's the charm, as it usually is.
Absolutely.
All right, bam. It loaded, and we're back to level 1, because you can tell because we have a red and a green cube. So this is fine, except for our score's not going to reset, and I'm going to prove that to you. We're going to kill, go through this level, then we're going to go through the red cube to the next level, because it's a tricky game like that, and then we're going to go back to level 1 before the music is too loud for me to talk, and then we're going to kill ourselves, and we're going to be like, what the hell, man? We didn't lose our score. That's horrible. That's completely broken. So we're going to also... Now, we could just tell the enemy to set our score to 0. But say the score is managing a whole bunch of stuff. Say it has a high score. Say it has all these little functions and niceties. Maybe it keeps track of time. Maybe there's a few different things it does. The easiest way to deal with it is to just destroy the score manager. And so when you do kill player... Hey, Retrona. Good to see you again. Yeah, sorry you missed the first half of the episode, but I'm sure you'll catch up to it later. So, anyway, when we kill the player, we want to reset our score. So what we can do is we can just do destroy, and we can do score manager dot instance dot score manager dot instance. Let's actually, does that work? We might have to do dot game object. Let's see if it just works dot instance. Let's see if that works.
Never hurts to try.
Nope. Let's see if we get any red text. I'm just going to go right for the red block. No. Okay, I think. Oh, wow! What did that do? Did I mess up something on Score Manager here? If instance is not, it wasn't doing that before, was it? No, it wasn't. That's fascinating. All right, let's go with. I don't know what it's actually doing there. Let's do .gameObject and see if that fixes the problem. I don't know why we managed to have multiple score managers, but we did. That's not supposed to happen in a singleton. Must be some edge case that I'm not paying attention to. Alright, so that worked right. So evidently you need to definitely use GameObject, so be aware of that gotcha. So let's see if it actually works. So we're going to beat a couple levels, quote-unquote, get some points. So we do that. And for people who are just tuning in, red here is actually good because I made it a long time ago. Back before there was a good and a bad thing. Alright, so we've got 3 points, and now we hit the bad red one, and we have 0 points now. Additionally, you could kill anything. Like you could, if you needed to reset the music too, we could set that too. So we could do like destroy music manager .instance .gameObject, and this will cause the music to reset on a death too, which you might want. I mean, obviously, more complex games are going to have game over music and game over screens and stuff like that, but this just gives you an idea of what you can work with this. So this will actually reset the sound every time now. But we can do that just by destroying it, and it automatically initializes itself as if it's a brand new game object when the level loads. So it makes it super easy to manage stuff like that. So, yeah, that actually about covers what I wanted to cover for Singletons. So the question is, what do we do with the next 7 minutes? Any suggestions from our friends online? I'm putting the spotlight on you guys.
Yeah.
Both of you.
But not me.
No. Well, the spotlight's kind of on you too. I got a smiley face out of that.
Oh no.
Oh no. All right, what are we gonna do? Well, let's just do what I was playing around with before I was doing this thing. I was trying to play around with like light mapping. So let's do some of that.
A little pre-bacon on the light.
Yeah, I've not done any of this before, so this was just something I was messing around with, talking to Phil with. Because he was like, I don't think Unity Pro. I think you need Unity Pro for that, and I'm like, I don't think you do, and you didn't. So,
nope.
So I'm gonna get rid of my directional light. We're gonna delete that, and we're gonna create some mood. Networking.
Networking is gonna take a little while longer, I think, with that.
That's a good request, dude. Networking.
It is a good request.
Wow.
You
want? Do I know enough of the networking to bust out some networking real quick? Yeah, no, we're doing. You were too late on that. I already decided we're doing something different. Good suggestion, though.
Very good suggestion.
All right, so we will do networking in one episode. I'm gonna level with you. I have not published or even made a game where networking worked to the extent that I feel comfortable showing how to do that. Yeah, you definitely need more than 5 minutes for networking. So I'm going to create some mood lighting here. We're going to create some point light here.
Mood.
And we're going to make it really bright, or higher range or something. And we're going to make all these objects static. And with all those objects selected, we're going to go into light mapping. And you can put this onto a tab somewhere, so I'm going to actually put it on our next to console here. And you can just hit, let's see, we want some shadows. Let's put some soft shadows. And Is there options here? Let's see. Dual light maps using forward rendering. Quality high. Let's see. What resolution do we want? Let's make it 100 per world unit. And actually, let's make it 128 because I like numbers that seem like they're faster for some reason. And we're just going to hit Bake Scene. And what this is going to do is it's going to create some nice little shadows and bounce lighting and stuff. Oh, black screen on the stream? Oh. Is that actually happening to everyone, or...?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe just this stream.
So it's still baking right now. It might... if you guys can't see anything,
that's a good
I am
call.
baking a light map right now.
Yeah.
Which is high CPU usage, so it's possible that my stream may be unhappy with me right now. Especially considering how big our objects are on the screen. I don't know what affects light map size.
Well, let's hope that
yeah. Oh, and this it's not even close to done with baking textures.
But
Can you guys still hear me? Hear me. Can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Not read me. Oh, it's better now? Okay. Fine. I don't know what happened then. But
is it still baking?
I think my net... Okay, we're back. Alright. Alright, yeah, it's still baking. We've got this... it's actually doing a binary... Oh, it's done. It's done baking. So now if we hit play, we can look around our baked little area. Although I think So, we got this nice little blob shadow. Not that nice, actually, because... And now my music is starting to get really annoying for me. But you can see there's... Maybe you can't see it because the shadow resolution is not that good. But you can... Yeah. We'd get some bounce lighting. As I said, I've been experimenting with this stuff. I don't really know what I'm doing on this, but yeah. But at least we got some shadows, and you can do that without Unity Pro.
And some just simple shadows. I think there are certain ways that it's better than others.
Yeah.
Of course.
The point of doing this is if you have static geometry, like if you have a scene that actually looks like something, unlike the stuff I make on my show, it really makes things look really good. Like if you just have something that's realistically rendered or something, you do a light map pass. Like anything that's not going to move in the scene, like if you just have a desk or something with a lamp on it,
Like
and
a kitchen,
and you don't have havoc or physics on the objects, and you can't kick it around, you just do bake, and it'll look a lot better because you get not only do you get the shadow mapping, but you get like bounce lighting off of the object. So like if you have a green object, it'll bounce green into the scene a little bit, and things like that. Bit of a lag in chat versus video, probably.
A little bit, probably.
I'm assuming I have at least a 5-second lag on the video, and that's just on my end, because I think I buffer 5 seconds out, and that's not including transmission time and latency from whatever Justin.tv receives and whatever they're actually rendering to the players, so not much I can do about that. And I have the 5-second buffer because my net connection sucks too, and I live in Bend, Oregon,
yeah.
and so so not great options for the network stuff here. I actually I'm broadcasting at 500 kilobits per second on this video, and I'm managing to do a 720p, which I'm pretty happy.
Baking sometimes can take a while, that's for sure.
It took 2 hours.
Two hours. So.
Yeah, well, this was 2 cubes and a plane, and it took longer than I thought it was going to take.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
But anyway, so yeah, my network connection is not that great, but I have to keep it really low because our upload here is just terrible.
It's no Kansas City.
Yeah, it's no Oh man, Google. I've never wanted to live in Kansas until now. Anyway, that's an hour, so I want to thank you guys for joining, and thank you guys for watching this video. after the fact as well for the people in the future. In the future,
future folk.
Thank you, future folk. And got sidetracked off. Well, not sidetracked. We basically were done with the other thing. So yeah, just was playing with light maps. So what do I do at the end of the show? Oh yeah, I click some buttons here. Proton pulse screen. Buy proton pulse. Buy it. You want proton pulse.
Even if you don't buy it, get the free version.
Get the free version. Just search for proton pulse on your little iPhones and download whatever catches your fancy.
Or iPad.
And for as I said, I'm going to have a free version for the Android folks too. You can buy it on Android right now, but there will be a free version. So if the fact that there will be a free version would piss you off, please wait for the free version. Don't watch my show and think that I did a bait and switch on you here or something. So if you're not watching my show, then I don't care about you. That's the honest truth. All right, and
unless you watch it in the future,
have any questions or want to talk or want help on a project or want me to walk through things a little bit more thoroughly, email me at pushypixels@pushypixels.com. Anyway, thank you very much, folks, and you guys have a great night.
Have a great night.